Travel Robot presents. Here is the list of the top 10 things to do in Canada. The second largest country in the world, Canada has no shortage of beautiful landscapes and interesting sights for travelers to explore. From coast to coast to coast, the country is home to vibrant and culturally rich cities, along with incredible natural wonders. In Western Canada, the Rocky Mountains, the Okanagan Valley, and the cities of Vancouver, Victoria, and Calgary are some of the best places to visit and frequently dominate itineraries. In Central Canada, Niagara Falls, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Quebec City are some of the most popular tourist destinations. For those who venture out to Canada's Atlantic provinces in the east, the beauty of Grosemore National Park, along with the cities of Halifax and St. John's, provide their unique character. Here is the list of 10 things to do in Canada. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Let's start the video. Number 1. Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is Canada's most famous natural attraction, bringing in millions of visitors each year. Located just over an hour's drive from Toronto, along the American border, these massive falls drop approximately 57 meters. You can see the falls at an astoundingly close distance from several key points. Niagara Falls and the Niagara Gorge have been attracting tourists and daredevils for well over a century. Between the mid-19th and mid-20th centuries, there were numerous attempts to plunge over the falls in various types of homemade boats and barrels. This, along with tightrope walkers and other spectacles, led to the adjacent town of Niagara Falls developing carnival-type an atmosphere that persists today. Families will enjoy a walk down Niagara's outrageous Clifton Hill leading to the gorge and falls. Other popular things to do here include a cruise to the base of the falls, a trip up the Skylon Tower for a fantastic aerial view, and a look from the bottom of the falls on the journey behind the falls experience. Number 2. Banff National Park and the Rocky Mountains. Banff National Park lies in the heart of the majestic Rocky Mountains in the province of Alberta and showcases some of Canada's most beautiful scenery. Turquoise-colored lakes, snow-capped peaks, and glaciers are all easily accessible in this stunning park. Take a scenic drive or head off on one of the best hikes in Banff. The jewel of the park is Lake Louise, where green waters reflect the surrounding mountains and glaciers, and visitors can stroll easily around the shores. Just a short distance is Moraine Lake, another impressive alpine lake with an even slightly more dramatic surroundings. The Icefields Parkway, which runs from Lake Louise to Jasper, is an unforgettable drive and another major attraction in Banff. At the park's south end is Banff's lovely little town, providing all kinds of options for accommodation, shopping, dining, and nightlife. Number 3. Toronto's CN Tower. On the shores of Lake Ontario in Canada's biggest city is the iconic CN Tower, one of Canada's most famous landmarks. The tower stands an impressive 553 meters high and dominates the skyline. At the top, you can find fine dining in the revolving 360 restaurants and enjoy a meal while looking out over the city and lake. The lookout and the glass floor offer beautiful views throughout the entire area. For an added thrill, consider stepping outside of the enclosed area onto the metal walkway for the CN Tower Edgewalk. You'll be harnessed in and then be able to walk around the building. 116 stories or 356 meters, 1,168 feet, above the ground below. But even those who choose not to go up the tower will find themselves stopping to stare at the structure, which is visible from almost everywhere in the city. At night, the tower is lit in different colors. Number 4. Old Quebec, Vieux-Quebec. Old Quebec is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Canada's historic gems. Spruce-Bears area contains the city's most historic buildings across the upper and lower town of Quebec Lower Town. Along the St. Lawrence River is the site of the original settlement and home to the outstanding Fairmont-led-Chateau Frontenac, as well as numerous other treasures. The upper town rests on 100-meter-high cliffs and is home to the Citadel, the Plains of Abraham, Place d'Armes, and the Parc Historique de l'Artillerie. Old Quebec is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Canada's historic gems. Spread Acre. This area contains the city's most historic buildings across the upper and lower town of Quebec or town. Along the St. Lawrence River is the site of the original settlement and home to the outstanding Fairmont-led Chateau Frontenac. as well as numerous other treasures. The upper town rests on 100-meter-high cliffs and is home to the Citadel, the Plains of Abraham, Place d'Armes, and the Parc Historique de l'Artillerie. Number 5. Whistler. Just a 2-hour drive from Vancouver is the famous ski resort of Whistler Blackcomb and the year-round resort destination of Whistler. While Whistler has always been an important winter sports area, it has also developed into a popular summer destination, with golf, mountain biking, and a lively town atmosphere no matter when you visit. The village gained international attention in 2010 when it became one of the locations for the 2010 Winter Olympic Games. The area has off-world class snow skiing, hotels, and dining, as well as a variety of outdoor recreational opportunities and beautiful mountain scenery. Number 6. Ottawa's Parliament Hill. Ottawa's Parliament Hill stands high above the Ottawa River and is graced by the neo-Gothic-style Parliament buildings built in the last half of the 19th century. The most prominent feature is the Peace Tower, which divides the House of Commons and the Senate on either side. In front of the Parliament buildings are the Centennial Flame, lit in 1966 to commemorate the centenary of the Canadian Confederation, and behind the buildings is a sculpture garden. In the summer, the changing of the guard takes place on the front lawn of the Houses of Parliament, weather permitting. Below Parliament Hill, a lovely walk runs alongside the Ottawa River. Number 7. St. John's Signal Hill National Historic Site. At the entrance to St. John's Harbor, overlooking the city, and she is Signal Hill National Historic Site. It was here in 1901 that the first wireless transatlantic signal was received. It also played a strategic role in the 7 Years' War with France, although the current fortifications were built during the hostilities of 1812. The Cabot Tower is one of the key sites of Signal Hill. It was built in 1897 to mark the 400th anniversary of the discovery of Newfoundland. It also now commemorates Guglielmo Marconi's reception here in 1901 of the first transatlantic radio telegraphy signal, transmitted over a distance of 2,700 kilometers from Poldhu in England. In the tower are exhibitions on the history of Signal Hill and the history of communications, with a special section on Marconi. From the top, you can enjoy panoramic views of the city and the coast as far as Cape Spear, the most easterly point in North America. It was here in 1901 that the first wireless transatlantic signal was received. Number 8. Old Montreal, lined with lovely historic buildings, is a place to go for great shopping and fine dining. While Montreal itself is a vibrant modern city, Old Montreal, down by the waterfront, is where you'll want to go to soak up the atmosphere. Some of the must-see places in Old Montreal include Rue Bonsecours and the landmark Marquis Bonsecours in the Old Town Hall building, the interior of the beautiful Notre Dame Basilica, the lively place Jacques Cartier, and the 1870s City Hall. Number 9. Vancouver Island. Although it is less than a 2-hour ferry ride from the mainland, Vancouver Island can seem a world away. Most people head to Victoria, BC's capital city, for sightseeing and culture. But if you head north into the wild and remote landscapes, the island holds some unexpected and unforgettable experiences. Nature lovers can hit the best hiking trails on Vancouver Island and set themselves up at some beautiful camping locations. Those looking for more comfort can always turn to one of the island's lodges or resorts. One of the island's most incredible sights is the old-growth forests of giant trees, some more than 1,000 years old. Within day-tripping distance of Victoria are the ancient trees of Eaton Grove, near the town of Port Renfrew. If you are heading up Thistland, you can also wander through Cathedral Grove, not far from the town of Port Alberni, or go all the way out to Tofino to see even more huge trees. One of the island's most incredible sights is the old-growth forests of giant trees, some more than 1,000 years old. Number 10. Bay of Fundy. The Bay of Fundy, located in eastern Canada in between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, is known for its amazing tides. The variation between high and low is the largest in the world, measuring up to a maximum of 19 meters, 10 fathoms. While there are many ways to appreciate this natural wonder, some of the most popular locations and sites along the Bay of Fundy are the cliffs and rock formations at Hopewell Cape, Fundy National Park, the Fundy Trail Parkway, and Grand Manan Island. That's all for today, so let us know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for upcoming amazing and informative